What's going on, gamers? We got a lot to talk about in this video. Hopefully you enjoyed my live stream last night. I'll be doing another one, so look forward to that. And I'll probably be up before I release this video, obviously. But yeah, you'll start to see some of that going on, hanging out with the chat more. And for y'all that tipped, I appreciate that too. So starting off in this article, we got a few things to talk about: Forza, Indiana Jones, the Pony Salt. Almost said Paul, lol. And a couple other things that we'll get into that's just pretty funny and humorous. So, start off here. It looks like Microsoft may be dropping Indiana Jones in April too for PlayStation. And if they did, would this be coming out before Forza? Because Forza seems like it's coming out towards the end of the month, right? Even though it says for the release date quarter 2 2025, which is interesting because that's like, oh wait, quarter 2, that'd be close to the summer. So this is a thing that may be happening here. Either way, let me just say this. Xbox butter. Uh, we'll get to that in a second. They're releasing and showing more love on PlayStation than Sony is to their own base. You had some guy that comes on my comment thread a lot, Jeffrey, as you see in the last video. He'll pop up every now and then, just being a hater, uh, because he can't handle reality, saying that Xbox doesn't care about its base. But I find it funny that they're showing the PlayStation base more love than Sony is. They're showing you cancel games and all the other stuff they're going to get into. So looking over here though, Xbox has said that its first-person adventure game, Indiana Jones and Great Circle, will release on spring on PlayStation 5, but it hasn't committed to a particular date. However, a throwaway line in a Verge article published by Connection Scribe Tom Royan may have narrowed down the window. In it, he points out that Microsoft is targeting an April release date for the Machine Games developed adventure. If true, it could potentially deploy back-to-back with Forza Horizon 5, which is due out April 29th. In fact, there have been whispers of Hellblade 2 could also release on PlayStation 5 in April. I don't know if they'll do three in 1 month. They probably have to space it out, but we know that they're going to outpublish them. And there's people that just can't handle it when it comes to gaming, service, content, pro consumer, cloud, and all those categories besides hardware. Microsoft is basically outperforming Sony this year, and they just don't want to give credit to it. So let's go over and start with this article right here. Look at this right here. People, this is called stalking and harassment. Phil don't give two about this man anymore if he ever did, when you guys don't want to call that out. What's funny about this guy is he's still going on his rant about harassing Phil Spencer and tagging him. This is what he said. So Xbox Phil Spencer, you guys didn't do a mid-gen upgrade. Put your why would they? I think that would have been a mistake. He made the right call here. Look at what happened with the disaster of the PS5 Pro. You see the title of this letter? It's trying to deal with that right now. But it ain't this though. Yeah, I know. It's a badass shirt. But anyways, he called the shots. He was right. The problem with this generation is not a mid-gen upgrade. It was needed. It's unoptimized games. It's unfinished games. It's stupid pronoun nonsense. It's getting distracted by all this nonsense. It's lying to your base. It's being anti-consumer. Unfinished engines. You know what I mean? Like Unreal Engine 5 wasn't even done. People should still be making games on 4. But we don't have to get too much into that. I think we really get the point here, right? And the PS5 Pro launched, but the PSSR wasn't ready. You see what I mean? This unfinished, rushed out stuff just to make your numbers look better and make more money. And then only that, just dumb, 69.99, just so much dumb stuff. All those canceled games, right? And this guy wants to really talk about them not doing a mid-gen upgrade like that was a bad thing. They didn't need to. They already had the better console. Put your best exclusives on the console that tries to end Xbox. Why would they try to end the Xbox brand? They're expanding it. And gave them the best version of the game. Thanks for making Xbox owners feel first class yet again. Hopefully, whatever your next job is, you don't destroy it like you did the Xbox consoles. This is what he's doing. Slim Jim. And then he's putting the snake off. You know what's so funny? Phil Spencer ratioed him a while ago, and I think he's still butthurt about it. Yeah, I know about that. I kind of found that funny. I saw that in one of Alex's videos not too long ago. They kind of made me laugh. So this guy is stuck in the 360 era, and he can't come to the present reality right now. Just to let you know about this guy. He really just cannot let it go. So he tags Phil Spencer saying stuff like this consistently because he thinks that Phil Spencer is paying attention to him because he replied to that one uh, comment of his, which I should have pulled it up, but it's pretty funny. But maybe I'll get to that one day. But yeah, it's like, dude, grow up and move on. You know what I mean? Why are you still stuck in your feelings in the past? Stop acting like a little boy. On to the next one. Here goes the next person. So post up so much parody. This shit is too funny. Forza Horizon 5 is enhanced for the PS5 Pro, right? Increases visual fidelity, 60 FPS mode, adds ray tracing reflections to races and free roam and quality mode. And by the way, the funny thing that I find about this, which we're going to get on this in a second, is that Sony tried to make it seem like when Microsoft acquired Activision, they'd make games one worse. But yet the exact opposite is happening for everything. You're getting pro enhanced games. They're being optimized because they know how to optimize games. Unlike you releasing poor unoptimized games on PC, right? Those PC ports that are not done well. Because if you loved your IPs that much, you would make sure that wouldn't happen. Nintendo would never do nothing like that. And Microsoft is showing that they're dedicated to showing fair play and sharing their games, and of course increasing their publishing and development and software numbers because they're trying to benefit themselves obviously too as an Xbox brand because Satya wants it to be rich. But what I find funny is that the hypocrisy of Sony is now backfiring again because they tried to make it seem like in court when they were fighting the ABK or Activision Blizzard case that Sony was going to get mistreated for Call of Duty. What happened? It didn't. Actually, what happened is your pisser mistreated your fan base. The PSSR Pro wasn't ready, and games were running worse. I wonder, y'all. Microsoft did their job. Just like you get in Forza Horizon 5, you'll get Indiana Jones and all these other games, and they'll be optimized on the Pro. So what happened with that, y'all? Remember that? Yeah, that didn't really work out too well, did it? Yeah. So who's full of it? Hmm. Here's the picture that they made. You know what's funny? I can make a picture of the PlayStation executives and leaders and put the Switch 2 logo on there and the PC logo. The hypocrisy of the ponies never ceases to amaze me, y'all. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is what they want to say. They can never say anything positive or loving back, right? There's always some type of like response to make it seem like Xbox is seen as negative, and it can't never be seen positive. And now you know why I said equalizer, right? Tipping the scales and balancing them together in harmony so that we can see the full picture on both sides. Because we don't need to bash Microsoft. Uh, Nowhere near as we need to bash Sony. They've had that for 9 straight years, right, or whatever. Now it's Sony's turn. They can't handle it. They turn a blind eye, and they still overproject towards the Xbox brand. Man, talk about inability to face reality and mature and be intellectually honest and show that you have a sense of equilibrium. Well, if you don't do it, then the universe itself is going to do it and manifest beings like me. You can't handle it. Sit down, because that's what's going to happen. I give you that expression like now. You sit down like you tell a dog to sit down that's been trained well. And you ponies have been out of line, so we need to retrain you. Put you in that, like I said, that special education bracket in the gaming industry that says special ed pony land. Because y'all the only gamers that need to go over there. Everybody else knows how to mature and act right in a sense. So, while we can enjoy the humor in this, because if it's funny, you know what I mean? But we still need to, you know, balance the hypocrisy. Oh boy, let's go over here. Let's start with IconEra today. PS5 Pro is by far the best place to play Monster Hunter Wilds, with the PC version being a technical disaster. As a matter of fact, it's not optimized well for anything. And I still can run it over 60 plus frames per second without frame gen on my PC. A more powerful PC rig is still going to outclass the Pro. But of course, IconEra wants to spin this, right? Because it's all about making Sony look positive. And what I find funny is, let's scroll down here a little bit. I want you guys to think about this post right here. IconEra is a forum, not a news site. We are not pretending to be journalists. It sounds like you are an activist for Sony, though. No, it sounds like, no, everybody knows this, right? You got Sony's cancel rainbow balls in your mouth 24/7. You want to spin everything against Microsoft, against PC, and against anything, but let's make the PlayStation 5 look a certain way. It sounds like politics to me, and that sounds like I said, you're journaling for Sony. You're writing that and spinning that way. Why, when it's so obvious and they can't even help themselves, they still want to spin this type of narrative? Blows my mind, y'all. We know what IconEra is. At least the Xbox era says it's Xbox era. They should change it to Pony era. I think that this would fit them, and that should be they should have rainbow colors right there, y'all. Wouldn't that be nice for IconEra, right? Because one thing that I respect about the Xbox era is it lets you know that it's Xbox era, right? Like they're open about it. We even saw Phil Spencer come on there, and they're nowhere near as ridiculous as IconEra. That's why you had to have the Xbox era manifest in reality. Just look at this. PS5 Pro is by far the best place to play Monster Hunter Wilds, with the PC version being a technical disaster. PS5 Pro for the win. It has the least amount of issues, that's for sure. You know, I saw a let's find this. I think it was WCC Tech or whatever. Monster Hunter Wilds on PlayStation 5 Pro disappoints with performance issues, bad image quality, and PSSR implementation that they had to change things around. You see what I mean, guys? Like, it blows my mind. Funny how just lightning struck me in my head. Metal Gear Solid sound effects. What's going on here? WCCF Tech. Updated in more depth. Look at Monster Hunter Wilds on the PlayStation 5 Pro from Digital Foundry is now available, highlighting how the boosts the system provides are welcome but still disappointing in the light of what a premium console delivered in other games. The full analysis can be watched below. You see? What's going on, IconEra? Guys, you gotta stop playing this game. Remember when Alex made that video, the hypocrisy of PlayStation fanboys, and I've been telling people this, and then there's been other videos about it too? You guys see it here, right? But they're not gonna post that, right? Because they're gonna be frauds. Bam, you just got owned. I love checking people. That's why people love my content on my channel. This is what we do over here. We keep it 100. The real reason behind PlayStation remasters and remakes. Let's defend that. Though mostly, this should be the thing here. That's you know, PlayStation 5 the remaster console. Information about canceled Twisted Metal Battle Royale emerges. Just look at this. How much Sony news do we see here? PlayStation 5 shipments top 75.1 million. I want to add in a 0.1 million. Disproven IGN's claims of plummeting sales. I mean, guys, we can see it, right? I mean, this is absolutely hilarious to me. Like when it comes to this I don't know if I can call it a forum. Like Reforge said, it's not a fanboy site, it's just a forum that people post stuff. Oh man, of course you're gonna defend IconEra, right? Let me find it for y'all. That's them, y'all. See ya. You just gotta look at it. Positive only. Yeah, we know Reforge. Team Ninja shares new Ninja Gaiden for a gameplay clip. Digital friendly Monster Hunter Wilds on PC. Profound preference problems must be addressed. But they're not gonna share that article I just shared with you about PlayStation 5 Pro having issues and how PSSR issues pop up again. It's not gonna exist. You won't find it. PlayStation user score indicates high satisfaction with Monster Hunter Wilds. Monster Hunter Wilds PlayStation 5 bundle in Japan seems primed to dominate sales. Monster Hunter Wilds, but yet it doesn't exist. See, you won't find it. Where is it? But you didn't report that though. No, of course you're not going to do that. There's people on PlayStation that are also butthurt that Forza Horizon 5 doesn't have a physical copy. I mean, this should be expected. Actually, you want to know who has the highest user base along with Microsoft? Sony does. Like 87% of the people play digital. Only a certain amount of people are going to complain about that, by the way. There's been another post too saying that they're crying about it. We ready though? This is how we're going to end this video, y'all.
Um. Listen. The Xbox better thing has just become it's a death rattle. Is all it is. Like there's a lot of death rattles going on right here, right? Like the fights.
He's like, because he knows this year Microsoft is doing better than PlayStation. It's okay to admit it. I love Nintendo the most. I PC game, right? I play on my PlayStation. I play on my Xbox still too, though I don't have a reason to if I have a PC, right? He has a way better PC than his PlayStation 5, and he still plays on his PlayStation 5 more. What does that say?
Over. And so the death rattle is, well, the people who were right and the people who predicted this just go spam their channels, their chats, or their timelines with Xbox better.
Nah, bro, it's Xbox butter.
I mean, it's buddy, it's not a good look. It just isn't. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. It's like, what do y'all think you're achieving here?
What do y'all think y'all achieving here? Look, told you with my glasses, I can see it at angles that you just can't imagine. I stare at it more than anything. I think about Sony a lot. That's why IconEra is just a form. They don't represent PlayStation. I can see it with 4 eyes.
You might as well start going to tweets and saying EA better, Tencent better, Embracer better. What? They're just publishing their games everywhere now. Like, I'm going to love playing Doom the Dark Ages on my Pro. Xbox better.
See? Guys, he has a 4070 Super, a much better CPU, more RAM, and he wants to play Doom on his Pro over playing it on the PC. Do you know how much better the 47 Super is than the PlayStation 5 Pro GPU? And he has the NVIDIA systems, you know what I mean? Way better CPU. Why would I go do that? Why would I downgrade my experience? What does that say about me?
Better. Who gives a frick, mate? They're just publishing now. Like, why do I care if you think that?
See, they're just publishing now.
You're going to start cheering for EA's earning reports, too, and Tencent? Be like, oh, Tencent better. EA better. Okay? What are you saying? What's better? And then...
Pro consumer? Game Pass service? Cloud? First party, publishing, gaming content, hardware sales. No, you know what I mean. Why pretend? No, only the 360 era. But there's a lot more to that because that's not going to make my gaming experience better because corporations are selling more hardware. No, what's going to make my experience better is what you provide me, what I can play, what's available to me. You know what I mean? So that's why I said that to me, it's about the gamers more than anything. I'm not here to defend Microsoft. They're a $1 trillion company. You know what I mean? I like what they're doing for gaming, but I care about the base first and foremost.
Then the last bastion, the Alamo is, well, we're eating good on Game Pass. You're paying for our games.
Yeah.
So you you think that's a flex? All right. Okay. You're really flexing on me. You have enough money to subsidize my frugality. Oh, you got me. Woo-wee. What a burn. That's a mic drop, you know?
He's trying so hard not to be honest. You could tell he's hiding it inside.
That's a mic drop.
Usually he's very different about
You're
his
paying
voice.
For me to not pay. You got me. I don't have a comeback. I really don't. I don't have a retort.
He really doesn't. Like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Peace. Sit down.